Hello to everyone. Today we are going to talk about passive voice. First, we are going to check what is passive voice and when do we use it. The passive voice is used when we want to emphasize on the action or the verb instead of the person who is doing this action. First, we are going to check some examples. First one is my bike was stolen, a letter was written, my laptop was stolen, and 20 civilians were killed in the bomb explosion. In these examples, we can see that the focus is on the fact that the bike was stolen, a letter was written, a laptop was stolen, and 20 civilians were killed. We don't know, however, who did all these actions. Sometimes we can say that a statement in passive voice is more polite than in active voice. Now we are going to check some grammatical rules, the structure of the sentence in this passive voice. So we can say that we have to start with the subject, which is the object in passive voice, the auxiliary verb to be, and the main verb in past participle. Here we have some other examples. The speech is written for the president. The house was built in 1975. My wallet was being stolen, and the room will be cleaned while we are out. Right now, we are going to check how to change an active sentence into a passive voice sentence. So we have to consider the following aspects. The first one is the object of active sentences become the subject of the passive. The main verb is replaced by the auxiliary to be in its same tense, followed by the main verb in participle. Then we have to check the subject of the main sentence become the agent complement of the passive. Then if we mention in the sentence the subject that performs the action, this means the agent subject, this will normally be preceded by the preposition by. We are going to check some examples. For example, we have in active voice, Mark Twain wrote the book. So in passive voice, this sentence will be the book was written by Mark Twain. The housekeeper will clean the room. In passive voice, we have the room will be cleaned by the housekeeper. We can see that in passive voice, the object that was mentioned in active voice is the subject in this case. We are going to check some uses of the passive voice. So the first one will be that we use passive voice when we don't know who was performed the action. For example, the cookies were eaten. We don't know who ate those cookies. Second, we use the passive voice when we want to give more importance to what happened. The letters are being delivered. We don't know who did this action. Right now, there are some examples in a chart where we can see the passive voice formation in all the different tenses, in present, past, future with modal verbs. So you can check all these examples. And then you have some links where you can find some exercises to practice this tense. I hope you can learn a lot about this lesson.